Hey, everyone, listen, welcome to the building, okay? We're here to do our RHOA finale recap. A lot went down. Sheree, the most anticipated fashion show anywhere. It actually happened last night. And we're going to talk about how her moment only lasted 15 minutes because by the time the people finished investigating, they found out that these were not original designs. But we're going to get into it. It was a really, really good show last night. I was here for it. I loved it. I'm glad you're in the building. Thank you for coming through. We're going to bring up the people. Hold on. Hey, Canelo, what's
y'all
up?
Call me. What's going on? Y'all know y'all be catching me eating.
Yes, that's okay. We just said she by everybody else. Oh my.
Y'all ain't gonna kill me tonight.
Come on, Sheree. I cannot do this for you. Oh my God. Hello. She don't pay. Yeah, because I'm hearing that was a problem too. That she did not pay her bills, and that's why she didn't get her original fashions. It's a whole hot mess. We got a lot to talk about, guys. But you know how we do our recaps here. We go scene by scene by scene. Okay, so we're gonna go through our scenes. We're gonna have our chat, and then at the very end, we will get to the fashion show. She by Sheree, where Laron into the building. But we'll chat. Okay, so I'm gonna have you into the building. Give me a moment. Sebastian is here. Mel is in the building. Hey, Mel.
Hey, how you doing?
Listen, hey, and Kia is in the building. So, she can't stand right. She can't stand right. Make sure that you're muted, so that we won't have the feedback while I'm giving the little recap. And then when it comes time for you to chat, you can unmute yourself, okay? So just mute your line because I'm hearing a little feedback already. She needs to stop it. Somebody is still kind of giving me feedback. Are you hearing that? Make sure, please mute your lines, okay? Are you hearing feedback, Canelo?
I'll mute me. It might be me. I'll mute while you go ahead and talk.
Yes, mute and then unmute when we get ready to talk. Yes. All right. Okay. So, and Juanita, you're in the building. So let me start out with this recap, okay? Let's do this first. And I'm extremely proud of Kenya. 5,000 CVS stores. We got to give it up. Give Kenya for her moment. Kenya here is in a major platform, okay? She's in CVS, and I'm going to give that up to her. But what it opened up with, what I really, really liked, right, is how Sonja, Sonja has her moments. I think Sonja could have gave us more if she just was herself, right? So Sonja invited Marlo and the boys over so that Ross can have a moment with them. And see, you need that, right? You need the village to help you. So I was proud of Sonja for getting Ross involved. She made little outfits for Michael and William. And, Ross took them out there, showed them how to change a tire, change some oil, and just had a little chat with them, right? And you know how I feel about Ducey. I love Ducey. I love him. I can't get enough of him. And, it was the village moment there. And I liked the whole moment with the village. And at that meeting with Sonja, Marlo kind of talked a little bit about her trouble with her mom to Sonja, right? So let me see. And Sonja also told Marlo in that particular scene that she was taking out her IUD, that she finally gave in. She's going to have another baby with her husband. And you know what? I thought it was a nice moment, and I'm happy that Sonja decided to go ahead and give into her husband's wishes and have another baby. So with that being said, let's chat really quickly about this scene between Marlo and Sonja, and how Sonja, she came through. She gave us the village moment, and I was here for it. Hey, Curves, you're in the building. Gorgeous. All right. So I'm doing well. Doing well. So, Sebastian, how do you feel about Sonja and this nice moment that she had with Marlo and the boys and her husband? And Ducey, who we love. Love Ducey.
I think it was very pre-produced.
Oh God.
I'm just gonna say the fact it was very pre-produced.
Even
and
though you can be nice
another
about
thing
it.
is Sonja would be great if she was herself. That is true. If she was not trying to be Marlo's little sister, trying to be little messy, she would be great. She would be great. But also, oh, the chat is gonna go on fire once I say what I'm about to say. Okay. Did she give in for her husband, or is she giving in for a second season or storyline?
Wow.
What is she giving in for? She's giving in for a storyline. Because one thing is, I'm already seeing the chat. She's giving in for a storyline. One thing is, Bravo will never fire a pregnant woman. They will make sure you have a chance on that thing. That's a whole storyline. Let's give you a baby special. Let's give you a baby moment. That's it. That's it. She's
Okay,
not giving in for
Sebastian.
anything. She only gave in for a storyline because she was boring as hell. I do not want to see her on my screen next season. If I do, I will turn off my TV when it's her scenes and wait on for the next ones.
Wow. See, I thought it was a true heartfelt moment. But
Oh
you know
my
how
God.
I get.
Oh my
You know
God,
how I get. I
Chris.
can fall for some stuff sometimes. And I also think that Sonja, she does have a really good side to her, because listen, she bought darn near everybody a birthday cake this season with the exception of Kenya. But okay, but I ain't mad at you. That's your feelings and you're gonna stick to it. Mel, how did you feel about this moment with Sonja, Marlo, and the kids? Did you think she was have given us a it takes a village moment?
Well, first I want to rewind and say that, you know what, I guess I wasn't really, I just caught up on the season. So when Mr. Ross went to the door with Sanya to, get the kids and Marla at the door, I have to admit, I think he looked fantastic in his sweatpants. I'm going to say that right off the back. I think that, from the back, Mr. Ross definitely had a little bit of some cakeage there. And I was like, wow, pretty interesting. So I definitely enjoyed that part. I was going to say also for me, I think that her wanting to have a child, I don't know if a woman would do that just for the TV show, for me personally. But Sebastian, you're right. But I think that for me, it felt legitimate. It felt real. I enjoyed it. And I was also really enjoying Marlo in that moment too, because I was surprised she can cook. Because she came in the house and said, "Where the food at?" And Marlo had to basically cook up the food. She was seasoning it right, stirring it right, and the kids enjoyed it. So, I definitely was enjoying Marlo and Sanya. And you know what? At the end of this series, I'm guessing Marlo and Sanya really have a friendship, which I was surprised by. I was really surprised how they
Mel,
develop. Let me finish real quick, Sebastian, because I know other people want to talk too. But I'm
I have
going
a
to say,
question for you.
oh Lord, okay, what you want to ask me, hon?
Wait, hold on, Sebastian, because I gotta go
I'm
around
gonna
to a
wait
couple
till you
others.
finish.
Hold on.
Oh
Go
Lord.
ahead.
Yeah, but I was just going to say this. I'm just surprised that Marlo and Sanya friendship. It just, I like it. I mean, I don't think they write about a lot of things, but they just so cool together. I think that they're wonderful together. So.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mel, it was a village moment, right?
it
It takes
was.
a village. That's how I felt about it, Mel. But I get your side. So, Juanita, what do you think about this Marlo, Sonja, Ross, and the kids moment? Did you feel like it takes a village? Did you feel that? Juanita, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay.
I really enjoyed that scene. That they had a man in their life to kind of, show them, and I'd like to see more of that next year. Him and some of the other men, taking part of that. Also, I really enjoyed Marlo sitting down and cooking with Sonya and talking, and Sonya telling her about the moment that she and Ross decided that she wanted to, go ahead and have the baby, because she felt that when they talked, it was a special moment. So
Right.
I think it's good, and I would love to see her back next season just to see, Ross helping Marlo out with the boys.
Yes, it takes a village. Thank you, Juanita.
It really does.
Curves, how did you feel about the "it takes a village" moment? You're on mute.
Okay, there. Hi, Dina. Hi, chat. Hi, panel. Okay. So I agree with Sebastian that it could be for a storyline.
Oh
and
my
God, Mel, are you watching freaking reality TV? So many women would pretend to try to get pregnant for reality TV. They don't have to have a baby. They just have to struggle through it all next season. They don't have to actually pop up and then like have a baby in 40 weeks. You know what I'm saying? So I can definitely see her seeing about the backlash and hearing about how people don't really like her and knowing that might be a component of why and hoping that it might appease some people. But I feel like also Marlo and the boys going over to be with Ross, that was a very cute freaking overall moment. Get it? Overall, because they all had on matching overalls. Get it?
Yes, they did. Oh, cute.
It was a nice overall moment. And Marlo can cook. I hope she can, because 2 no cookers in that house, that's not going to be okay. And it's hilarious to me that Juanita just said, "Oh, I hope that Sanya's husband comes back next season, not so we can see him and Sanya, so we can see him and Marlo's kids do some stuff." That's very telling.
Now I want to address Sebastian.
Wait, before you do that, Camilla. Tia, you're in the building. How do you feel about this "it takes a village" moment?
Oh, I went and got a yogurt, so I missed that part.
Be killing me.
Tia, don't do that.
I did. I went and got a honey cream yogurt by Siobhan. It's not sponsored. And I was in the kitchen eating it, and then when I came back, it was over. So that's how I felt about it. You asked me a question, and
I'm the only one with most.
I hear you. And listen, Tabitha went for cornbred. So okay. Y'all,
Y'all ain't right.
It must be. You want me to lie? I will.
No, I'm with you. It's cool. So, Camilla, what did you want to ask Sebastian?
Okay, I want to ask Sebastian at this. Now he brought when Kurz was talking about the baby situation. He brings up Ashley Darby. Look, Ashley she doesn't need children to hold the theme. That woman brings drama every time. Now she may struggle this season. She does.
I love her.
She may struggle this season because she ain't gonna have Michael, but she brings drama every time, so she don't need them kids. Sanya needs her kid and that husband because those are the only two that makes the show for her. They need a peach. She needs to give her peach to her husband and step to the side. That man needs to get paid. I'm just saying. Ross does it.
Oh, Patricia.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. So
Patricia was there too.
Wait, Sebastian, what did you want to ask Mel so bad?
See, it's been so long already. Oh, wait, I forgot. Wait, I remember now. I almost forgot, but I thought I forgot, but I remember. Mel, what do you see in Sanya that's that good that you don't think that she's not getting a baby for a storyline? Also, someone mentioned in the chat she's probably going to take a birth control on the DL, which is very possible.
Oh, my. Y'all think Sanya is that dirty?
I even asked
you know what I think for me personally, I feel like I probably was the only one wearing rose-colored glasses when I was watching last night because I brought into what the ladies were saying. You know what? After this past couple of days, I'm in a good mood, so I'm giving everybody grace. Let's put it that way. Now I see that I see some of the stunts and things that the girls do, of course, but it was a good finale and I enjoyed it.
Really
I didn't go too deep.
It was. Okay.
It was. We'll get
and also, and as a viewer, but I was gonna say, as a viewer, I brought what they told me basically last night. That's all I did. I didn't. Other times I watch shows, I go, oh no, this, that. I'm basically Sebastian basically when I watch shows, but this week, no, I just was watching, enjoying. That was it.
It was nice.
Okay. So let's move on. So Sheree visits the venue, right? And this is what I'm gonna do. Hands down, we're gonna give it up to that party planner because she did it. She did that thing.
Yes, she
She
did.
did it. That venue was everything. And go ahead. Yes, say her name again. Sebastian.
Her name was Tori.
Rowan.
No, it was Toria.
I'm going to give it up to her. We got to give it up to those two because they did the darn thing.
Well,
They did.
Okay, so
they
did. So for me, Rowan deserved to go medal for being a miracle worker because if anybody can make sure She by Sheree, come to fruition, she deserves the medal for that. Oh, she's the best assistant on Bravo ever had because you know what? Ever. Because you know what? She made that thing come and she was even going to fly to get the woman's clothing. So I didn't you know what?
That is true.
That's what she's saying.
Tori, the Vincent plan was a saint because when she was up there listening to Sheree saying, "Oh, my clothes are still in here." Listen. She was a saint. She didn't bust out laughing right in front of Sheree's face because listen, she probably watched this show for 15 years. Say, "Come on, Miss Sheree, I watched you for 15 years, and you still didn't find your clothes." I'm about to laugh. So she bit her tongue. So Tori gets a gold medal for that. But Rowan is the best assistant Bravo ever had because
she needs a peach.
She is. She did.
Let me tell you something. If I ever throw anything, I'm gonna find her and pay her whatever she asked. Because when that chick said, "I will go where those clothes are at and get them for you,"
she's dedicated.
You should.
Yes, she is.
Oh my God.
And why did Sheree tell her not to?
Because she wasn't gonna pay her.
Because it's called Shin by Sheree.
Well, we're gonna get there. But now let's go to this, right? We gotta move on to the next scene. Marlo and her mom.
Oh wow.
She has not seen her mom in 3 years. Mom threw her teeth in the trash that Marlo paid for. Okay, $5,000, and mommy just accidentally trashed it. And so she showed up. I'm not going to get on the mom because you know what? I commend her for even coming there, showing up, and be willing to get on this screen. And she knows she done lost her teeth because I would have told Marlo, "Baby girl, I can't make it. I can't make it because I cannot find my teeth.
Right.
I can't find my teeth, and I'm not about to get on this screen with no teeth." But you know what? Her mother showed up, and she showed out. But let me, because she lost the teeth, and that Marlo paid for. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna let everybody in. Give me a minute.
Yeah.
Let me just finish up here. So she lost the teeth in her but Marlo, you know what I like? Marlo does have some redeeming qualities, right? Because Marlo said to her mom, "You're still beautiful." She said, "You're still beautiful." She took her mom shopping because her mom has a little flea market. She took her mom shopping so she can get some stuff for this flea market. And the thing is, even when Marlo did not have that much money, Marlo bought a house for that mother, even though she knew that mother was going through the drugs and everything. She bought a house for that mother so that the boys could be in that house. And mom wasn't even in the house. She was still in the streets doing what she was doing. Okay? And so mom also, she left mom at 10. Marlo's been through a lot. We got to give her just a pinch of grace, right? She left mom at 10, and she's kind of been out there on her own since she was 10. The scene was interesting. It was interesting. I'll stop there and let everybody jump in. Go ahead.
Oh my God. I'm going to go first. Mel, you in that comment are wrong for that. You are so wrong.
Me?
No, Mel.
What did he say?
He said she didn't lose her teeth, but her boyfriend borrowed them.
Oh my God.
That's why we sit over here dying laughing. Mel ain't right at all. I could not wait. I was like, me and Kirsty down here, we just died laughing because I'm like, Mel, really? You just really listen.
I couldn't hold it in, Canelo. Listen,
I'm quite sure you could.
No, but when Miss Diva is talking, I gotta go to the chat, honey. But I was gonna say this.
Okay, so go ahead, Mel. What do you want to say about this scene?
But I was gonna say, I'm gonna say one thing. That scene was touching, but also I was like, this is classic Marlo, only Marlo, and she's being herself. Would say, "Hi, Mom, where's your teeth?" I mean, literally, that's the first thing she asked the woman before she even say, "How are you feeling?" She asked about her mouth. So I was like, "Oh my gosh!" So that's just Marlo. But
Mel, I'm gonna let you finish speaking. Yeah. But yes, she asked about that mouth because I done paid $5,000 for them teeth. Where are they?
Well, you know what, Miss Diva, I would say, listen, if you love your mama, but of course she does. You know what? Make sure that camera's off somewhere before you ask about this kind of thing. That Marlo just don't have no couth sometimes. That's all I'm saying. That's all.
Well, yeah, I want to say this. I want to say this before you keep going.
Yeah.
It's okay. I used to be a dental assistant. I used to work in the dental office. Those things are not cheap. Do you know how hard it is to make false teeth? Do you know what we have to do to get the impressions to make, to match up to your gums, to make those things? It's a time-consuming thing. Also, Marlo, she just wanted to make sure where they were. I would have asked my mom the same thing. I'd be like, Mama, where your teeth at?
See, I would ask on camera. I was like, wait a minute.
Okay. Oh, no, it's going to be on camera.
Go ahead, finish your thought process now.
No. I'm pretty good. I'm going to let somebody else come up. I just had to get the comment about the teeth, whatever.
But okay, you know what? Even though she didn't have a teeth, she still looked good.
She did.
Mm-hmm.
And Marlo told her, you are still beautiful. So I give that to Marlo, right? But me too, if I don't put out $5,000 for your teeth and I'm over here working hard, whatever way I get my money to pay for them, I'm gonna ask you too when you show up, where your teeth at?
Where your teeth? That's right.
Come on now, where your teeth at? Oh, y'all said she sold her teeth. See, y'all ain't right. See, that ain't right. Y'all said she sold her teeth. Okay, go ahead, Sebastian. What would you like to say about this scene with Mom and Marlo?
I have nothing to say about it. It really didn't have anything that I really liked or anything.
Okay, that's fine. Pia, what do you have to say about this scene with Mom and Marlo?
It was very, very touching.
Yes, it was.
And that was about it.
See, Pia, you know what? I can't do this with you.
The first scene when we introduced the mother, or the second scene?
You said, Miss P, you said it was touching. Were you still eating your yogurt, or did you see the scene in that moment?
I was still eating my yogurt. I was still eating my yogurt. It was very, very delicious. I like to take my time, and it was very, very touching. The yogurt was fabulous. That scene was touching.
So, okay. So, who did I miss? Juanita, how did you feel about Mom and Marlo?
I just thought it was a touching scene, and I just loved it that they reunited and that they forgave each other, and I'm just glad. And that was a side of Marlo that I would really love to see.
It was different, right?
And I really, when she talked about how her mother acted, before when they met, that's what I was expecting. But Mom came in, she came in right.
Yes, she did.
That was a good scene. And she said, I'm always your mama. I'm your mama. I'm going to be there. And that was really touching.
Mm-hmm.
It was. I thought it was too.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So I was going to say one thing I was going to say on a serious note. She said that her and her mom are pretty much alike and that they can get very volatile when the camera's not around. So she said that we went shopping so we could both act like ladies, which I thought was very cute. So
that was cute.
Yeah, that was cute. So that was the time when she was able to say, Mom, when I gave you this house, it was basically allegedly it was a drug den and the kids weren't safe, but you weren't around. And, I need to know that you're going to be on point if I bring you back into my life, because I can't have you knocking on the neighbor's doors, Mom, when we have a problem saying, call me all type of names to all the neighbors going around the neighborhood. That's pretty crazy. So, so I'm hoping that that her mom and her, like Kandi was saying, can go to therapy, hopefully, and to work on some more stuff. And it just seemed it was moving. It was moving. I mean, when she first arrived, I definitely was having a lot of fun with that. But yeah, it was real. It was very real. And let's hope that it works out for next season.
Yes. Curves, Mom and Marlo, how did you feel?
That scene was a really good scene. Okay. And your mom's about to come on TV. Okay. She's about to come on. You bringing her to your archive closet full of fabulous, expensive thing, and then she walk in without her teeth. You gonna clown her and be like, Mom, where's your teeth? You're like you're woman. You're disrespecting all these labels coming in here toothless. If I bought you some teeth,
that girl, I cannot with you. I cannot.
Of course.
Well, maybe Well, maybe Marlo should have took her to the homeless, not toothless event.
Oh no!
Right.
Miss Juanita, not even that. Somebody in the chat
But
said.
That's a good one.
But Miss Juanita, but stay in Atlanta. They should have took her to who? To the Heavenly
I
Angels.
think
I
Tia
was
said
going to say
that.
that. I was just going to say that.
What was that? I missed it. What was
No,
it?
I think Pia said that. Pia said that Marlo should have took her mom to the homeless, not toothless foundation. But see, Marlo tried. She tried. She knew ahead of time. Marlo knew before her mom came to do this thing that she purchased her some teeth. That's why she was shocked that she arrived without them. She was pretty much like, girl, I could try to get you all the way together, knowing that you was about to do this, and you coming up here gumming it? Like, really though?
They had an entire back conversation. She was like, Marlo was like, look, Mom, I finally got the peach. I'm not just the juice anymore. So you're gonna I'm gonna have a scene where, okay, you know, I'm taking care of the kids. Okay, that's gonna be something. And then I'm gonna have you come on a little later, but your teeth have to get here first. So I'm not having you come on till after the mid-season because your teeth won't be here till then. So then when she walked in here without him, she's like, Mom, you're ruining everything.
I know.
You look useless, Mom.
Hey, Kurt, she was embarrassed.
More than exploiting her, I really think that's what it was. She was shocked to see that she arrived with no teeth because she knew she tried to get her together the best way she could before she arrived. And for that mother to say so carelessly, I think I threw him in the trash. Girl.
I know.
From what Marlo said about the relationship, I love how Marlo showed us she can be accountable, people. She said her and her mom both can get the police called on them. So she did. And so I like that she was straight out accountable. And I think it humanized Marlo to actually see a physical being that is her mother. You know, because there's this whole comparison between her and Kenya for whatever reason, because they both don't have moms for whatever reason. But, you know, Marlo has a mom. Her mom is just, you know, not right all the time.
Yeah,
so
was just out there.
And then plus, this whole relationship allows the space for more compassion for Marlo, because we can see, you know, if I grew up in a trap house, I'm sure I wouldn't be as positive as I am. I'm sure I'd have a lot of attitude. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm pretty sure I wouldn't be the same person that you see before you here today. Right. So all I'm saying is that it gives a little space to see why she acts the way she does. And it's not an excuse. It's just a space to see it.
It's a space to see that we can go a little further with that to say that at some point, just my opinion, no matter how you grew up, you owe it to yourself and the world that you're going to interact with to get some help and to do better because you know better and you know more. So Marlo is of the age where she knows she has been through this. And me personally, I would sit in a therapist's office every single day before I continue to show up that way in my friend's life, in people's life, in my co-workers' life, because they don't deserve it either. You don't have to. It's not fair for you to have to keep letting me slide by for mean and nasty things because of what happened in my childhood. Because there's other people that have some jacked up lives and they don't act that way. And you would never know. There are so many people, you hear about those people, those children, they were homeless. They studied on the train, homeless, and got into good schools and, our school and got scholarships. You can turn your life around because most psychologists say that 99.9% of the people, they done been through something. So we all was out in these streets acting a fool, the world would be a whole hot mess. But Canelo, how did you feel about Mom and Marlo?
I actually liked the scene. What I actually loved about it, it did humanize Marlo because they get in the trash box, the gutter mouth, the gutter snipe all season. This right here humbled her, and I know everybody's gonna say it was scripted, but this is her mother. Somebody she's been really talking about so much that has not been present in her life. And every time they do try to get a relationship together, it always goes south. So to see what was Miss Emma on the show today, for me, I actually loved it. And even ups and all, I loved her.
I agree.
She was humble. She was basically, being herself. She wasn't being extra. She was not trying to, show out for the cameras. She was actually being herself. And, she said, we both have problems. They both, admitted to having their problems. And she was like, look, when the times that I was not there, but when you needed me, I was there for you. And that brought Marlo to tears. And I was like, this is the side we need to see of her. If we see more of this, Marlo, I promise you, everybody would love to see this.
Nobody and she'll get a peach. She'll keep her peach.
She would definitely
keep her peach, right? So Black Panther said, my first set of uppers, I accidentally threw them in the dumpster after lunch at work. Yes, it can happen.
It can happen.
My retainers, when I first got braces and I had them, because you take them out, you sit them on a napkin, and you think, oh, when I finish, I'm gonna put them back in, whatever. In the garbage they went.
They go.
And of course, you're not gonna go digging, and they was in the public garbage. You're not gonna go digging in the garbage for your retainers. But I think at $5,000, I would have had to dig in the garbage for my dentures. I'm sorry, but baby, I don't know. I'm just saying, right?
I would tell you like this: get some sanitizer, diva, or if you work in a medical facility that does sterilization. Put them in one of those bags and put them in the autoclave and let it go. You'll be all right.
If you don't, you better get some a peroxide and alcohol and soak them overnight and stick them back in your mouth. I don't know. I'm just saying. Right? So listen. Now we got to move on, okay, to Kenya and CBS. I wish that this moment would have not happened at the season finale because I feel like it got downplayed a little bit. And I think that this moment deserved a little bit more applause, right? And I felt like they should have had some people waiting on the line to buy the product, okay? But hey, she's in CBS. We're going to give it up to her because even Kandi said, my products are not even in CBS. And we have to give this to Kandi, right? Kandi shows up for the people.
For everybody.
Come on, Juanita.
She shows up for everybody.
She said for everybody. Kandi shows up for the people. Kandi, I believe, was the first one there.
Yes,
okay.
Yeah, she was.
Then Drew came, and Drew, we're going to give it up to Drew. Because Drew got her issues with people, but she showed up with that broke foot.
She sure did. She was hobbling.
And if I'm not mistaken, didn't Drew have some flowers in her hand?
She did.
Come on now. We give it up for Drew. Drew showed up with that broke foot. She had some flowers in her hand. And then Sonja came. And here's the other thing, too. Was that Brandon standing next to
There you
go. And Brandon was in the building looking good.
He lost a lot of weight.
So we got to give it up to Brandon. That was a whole moment. And Kenya dressed for that moment. She had on her purple because her colors are purple. Give it up. And let me tell you this. I love all the kids on this show. Brooklyn is a doll face.
Oh my God.
Hands down.
Yeah.
Brooklyn is a doll face. She's a
beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Listen, all of them are. I love all of them. I love Ducey. I love Brooklyn. I love Ace. And I love Blaze. I love all the kids. Absolutely gorgeous. That was a moment, but I wish that moment would have happened not at the finale because I felt like it was just squished in there. But I still say, give it up to Kenya, and more of her co-stars should have been at that darn opening because that is a big deal. So let's go around. Canelo, how did you feel about this CBS and Kenya Moore hair care moment?
I loved it. Even though Kenya is not one of my favorites, but I can always give her props. Sebastian. I can give her what her props to do. She did it. She did the thing. She got them bottles. They came in. They got into CBS. I haven't been to my CBS yet, but I would definitely go. I got to go and get my medicine soon, so I'll let y'all know if it's in my CBS. But I know that some here in
Take a picture.
And so I will. And so I am so proud of her because having Brooklyn kind of really humbled her a little bit. She still can get snarky a little bit because, at the end she was petty. Talking about Kenya Moore hair care.
With the drums.
With the drums. Marlo's situation, if y'all don't remember.
Yes.
Wait, the only one that was missing was Marlo, right? No, Marlo was missing. And Sheree was missing. They were not there, and they should have been there. But Sheree probably was worried about Sheree, so we'll cut her a smidgen.
Sheree probably
a smidgen, a slack. But she still could have popped in and popped out.
Well, Diva,
but,
I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know if she could have been there if she was in Alaska looking for her clothes, you know.
She could have been.
I was gonna say she probably did call her and congratulate her before she went. You know,
we ain't doing all that, Canelo. We doing what we saw, and she was not there. Okay, she wasn't there.
I'm trying to give her just a little bit of slack. Just
No. Drag your if Drew can come there with her broke foot.
Yes.
Then everybody else
can come out there with the phone.
Point blank, period. Okay. Juanita, how did you feel about Kenya and CBS?
You know, I was so proud of her, and I was proud of Kandi because, you know, like you said, Candy's gonna show up. She don't care what kind of beef she has with you. She gonna show up to support. Now, I'm not a big Kenya fan, but now lately since she had Brooklyn, she's a little better. But I was very proud to see that she got her product out and on market. And then, you know, she did better than what Sheree did. We know that hers is legit.
Well, that's true, right? We know it's really Kenya Moore. We know it's really Kenya Moore hair care. You said that. Anybody else about this Kenya Moore and CBS? Kenya Moore hair care.
I have a lot to say.
I know, but before I give you an hour, Sebastian, let me just say this real quick. I'm going to say this. I'm joking. No, for me, the scene was cute, and I want to say for me, I like that Sanya was there, and when she said in her confessional, where you usually can be very, you know, shady there, she said, "Listen, Kenya's and CBS, congratulations." It was nothing and left. You know, there was no shady moment there. So I like that the ladies really supported her. They were there. They really. I think at the end of the day, they all recognize they are just
showed up.
I think at the end of the day, they all recognize they're a beautiful Black woman and they're doing very successful. So we definitely have to have unity on that level. We may not always get along with each other, but we all together on this platform. So let's support that we Black women doing these wonderful things. So I love that unity in that moment.
Well, Mel, it wasn't quite unity because we was missing Sheree and
yeah, I'm talking about the people. I'm talking about the people that showed up, Miss Stephen.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. I don't think it's bad that Marlo wasn't there, y'all. I think that Marlo had every right to not be there unless she was bringing some kind of bulldozer or something along with her with some tambourines on the side or something. I don't know because you know she does owe Kenya won. So if you can't say anything nice, don't bring your ass over here. So you know, I think it's okay.
He does not know Kenya, okay?
You know, you have a point there, Kurz.
You know, because she could have went left, and so rather than go left, she just didn't show up. And then we, you know, here in my town, I mean, sunny California, and we have a theory about CVS out here. Like, we're like, is this like a store for something? Because ours out here are huge with hardly any shelves for products. And so like they have so much space. It's like, what's really going on in here? Why is this place so big and so empty? And so we're always like, yeah, there's a running joke out here about the CVS. So I will go to the one over there and see if there's a shelf with her stuff on it.
It's 5,000 stores, so I give it up to her. Anybody else want to comment on Kenya Moore and CBS?
I
yes,
really,
go ahead, Sebastian.
First of all, it's a great accomplishment. Kenya Moore always delivers. Always. She always delivers. She was in Sally's, then now CBS. I'm glad that she's doing what she's doing. And some people may think that Marlo owes her one. Well, Marlo was being messy that season, and Kenya Moore showed her at that wig line that was fake. That doesn't even exist anymore. I don't think it exists anymore. But, and also Kenya is legit. They're authentic stuff. They're not stuff that you find on other websites. Just people need to take notes. She needs to take notes. She by
Sheree need to take notes. Yes. Pia, anything about Kenya Moore and CBS and Kenya Moore hair care?
They don't sell it here at my CVS, and we have like 5 of them. But I was very, very proud of her. Very, very proud of her.
Very proud of her.
We have her products out before Sheree. Hell, I have a clothing line that's out and before Sheree.
Y'all ain't put me in the hospital. I'm just telling y'all are not doing it tonight.
We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. And wait. Tabitha, right? We cannot sell Kandi coated products at CVS. Come on, Kandi. But I love Kandi. But okay, all right. Yes. Anybody else about Kenya Moore hair care in CVS? We're good. Somebody saw the products in Sally's. I'm gonna go look at my CVS. 5,000 stores is a big deal, but they did mention. Drew mentioned at this little soft opening, if that's what we want to call it, that Sheree doesn't pay for parties. So Drew is still a little salty that she didn't get her couple of hundred, she said, her couple of $100 from Sheree, but she better stand in line because apparently a lot of people for this She by Sheree fashion show is waiting for a check too. But we'll get there. So
can I throw something in?
Okay, and Jamila, you got to report back to us if you see it there. I'm going to my CVS too. If I see it, I'm gonna take a picture and I'll post it in my community page, right? Hi Vi said she gets her products from Sally's. Okay, all right.
Okay, can I say something before you move on?
Go ahead. Yes, of course. Yes.
Okay, now y'all know I explained to y'all last week about Sheree. Y'all know she don't pay her bills. Now, if Drew did get some money and she cried about $200 at least, she better be lucky she got that because she probably wouldn't have never got that because she spent $1 million on the whole She by Sheree program, guys. So, I mean, she had to spend at least, she probably had 200-some thousand right now with the venue. And then with the stolen products, she probably over $3 million. So, I mean, I'm just saying, she better be lucky she got the 200.
Well, let's do this though, Canelo. Sheree said she spent $1 million, then she took that back. With Sheree, you never know, right? Honest, don't do that. Honest, don't do that. She said, "Are y'all just taking pictures? Or y'all gonna buy it?" Well,
probably both.
It depends on how much is on sale for and what's going on. I'm not sure yet, but I'm gonna check out to see if it was there. Okay?
I am too.
Yeah.
But what I was gonna say is word on the street here in Atlanta. And this has been going on since she's been on the show from season 1 all the way to now. She never pays her bills. Never. Why you think it took Chateau Sheree so long to get built? Why you think the first, when in season 10, she was supposed to be doing She by Sheree then? Why you think it took so long?
Listen, She by Sheree was 14 years in the making. I mean, but hey, hold on one second. She by Sheree, hold on one second. She by Sheree is in the building. What's going on?
Oh God! Really? Really?
Can you hear me?
Wow!
Oh God!
Yes, you're talking about me, right?
Ray. Yes, what's going on?
All right, so AKA E, I am here. You mean Sheen by Sheree? She by Sheen. She by somebody else.
You know what?
We didn't get to that scene yet. We will get there. Right now, we're just talking about Kenya Moore being in CVS, and we're giving it up to her. 5,000 stores is a big deal. She got her product out there, and we're going to give her due credit, okay? Give it up for Kenya Moore for being in CVS. It is a big deal.
Yes, it is.
Especially with her having to deal with all of that, not having the products, not having the bottles, having to do everything on her own. Yeah. Kenya did it. And she didn't have to wait for the finale to get there.
No.
Been in store 6 months.
14 years.
And it didn't take her 14 years. So yes. Okay. So okay, let's get to this scene with Kandi. Yes, congratulations to Kenya. I feel that way wholeheartedly. Let's get to this scene with Kandi and her mom.
Oh Lord.
Oh Lord is right. See,
oh my God.
Here's the thing. Again, it's this bashing of Todd. I'm not quite sure what Kandi doesn't get about how you're supposed to honor your husband. Okay? You chose him. You knew when you chose him, he didn't have that type of money. So
exactly.
He wasn't going to just roll over overnight and rise up to have the same amount of money as you. And you sitting there talking to your mother, and your mother is still kind of bashing your husband. It is just seemed too much for me. And my thing is, you would trust Don Juan to be over your money, over your husband, is a bit much for me. And then the mother's like, add me. Well, how can I add you knowing that you don't even get along with my husband.
I'm gonna have
that's going to be a mess. Now, also, she also said the mom was like, well, listen, I think Riley, because she was here first, what kind of shenanigans is that? Because Riley was here first, Riley should get the most money because those other two, they got a dad. Okay? She said Blaze and A. Mama Joyce said Blaze and A's, they got a dad. So Riley needs to come first. Well, hold on now. What about Todd's daughter? Did she get a penny, nickel, dime, quarter? I don't know, something. Okay.
She didn't mention her.
But yeah, she didn't mention her. But Blaze and A's. But you know what? We can't even be that mad at Mama Joyce because Mama Joyce alliance is to Riley. Her and Riley are thick as thieves. Okay. She said Riley should get this money. Okay, Riley should get this money. Okay, and then Kandi did the ultimate. She said, "Listen, hands down." And Kandi is definitely Mama's Joyce kid. They said the apple don't fall far from the tree because Kandi said, "Listen, if I go, Todd can have a girlfriend. He can have a side piece. He can give him a little something from somebody else, but he better not marry her because in my afterlife, I don't even want to see nobody else get this money."
Now you see her. No, okay, you know what? That's crazy. So I thought she was playing. It was a hot mess.
Wait a second, guys. Let me just finish. That scene was a whole hot mess.
It was.
I was like, I had to sit up and say, what the heck is going on here? And every time Mama Joyce enters the building, she drops about 10 bombs. Then she walks away, doesn't look back, and she destroyed so many things behind her. Mama Joyce is a firecracker, but you know what? Kandi lets her pop off every single time. Exactly. And you don't have to be disrespectful to your mom, but at some point, once you get married, it's supposed to be you and your husband, and you got to tell Mama Joyce, you got to mind your business, baby girl. Okay. Hold on 1 second. Okay. You got to mind your business, baby girl. Yeah. Now I'm going to leave you some money. But my husband has to get something. Mama Joyce pretty much said that he should get whatever he came in here with, and that's it. Cause that's it. Mama Joyce is a mess. She's a firecracker, but Kandi allows it every single time. Exactly. Go ahead, Mel. Okay, and I'm gonna come around to everybody. So go ahead, Mel. What do you have to say about that scene?
Okay, so this was it was a good episode, but this is the one I really got fired up about. So this is what I think. First of all, Mama Joyce needs to worry about her restaurant and the reviews of the food over there. So to worry about Todd, that's step one. And then next,
don't do that, Mel. Don't do that.
Well, I got to tell the truth.
Don't do that.
So this is the thing for me. Mama Joyce, I was watching that scene. I almost had a flashback before Kandi and Todd got married. She was sort of talking the same way. Mama Joyce, these people are married. They built up a beautiful family, have beautiful children there. They built up a blended family. So the same rules that you were using when he was sort of dating your daughter and getting ready to get married to her does not apply when he's been a loyal, wonderful husband and father in this relationship and been there supporting all these businesses. We are not 10 years ago. They have built an empire together. And listen, I don't think that Kandi is the most compelling person, but I can see that he's a good man, he's a good father, and he's a good business person. So by the way, he probably helped her net worth with all the work he's doing for her. So he's probably entitled to a lot of money. So let's get that together. They work together. So she's just sort of, not taking all those things into account. And also his daughter from a previous relationship, that is a blended family. Nobody should be feeling a certain type of way. So I think that Mama Joyce was wrong, totally wrong. They are not engaged. They are husband and wife with a big family and many businesses that they both split down the middle. So she was just out of pocket, I think, there. And I think that Kandi, I thought that she was being cute. I think she was respecting her mother. And in her confession, I said, Kandi got to be playing. She cannot be serious about this because she's a healthy woman. So the idea of her even passing away is like a total fantasy, is a total joke. So I think that she was just having a good time in the confessions. I don't think she would feel that way about that man that she loves to be alone and miserable with the children. It's just not.
I thought she was dead serious. But hold on 1 second. Thank you, Best IBK, for the super sticker. For the super chat. Kandi don't trust Todd. Share the bed, not the bank. Well, listen. Let me tell you something. This is just my opinion. You ain't gonna touch my body if I don't at least trust you. I'm not going to marry you and have 2 kids with you if I don't trust you. And the reason why I gotta trust you too because when something happens to me as my husband, you're going to want to be the one to have to say so what goes down with me in that hospital, okay?
Right.
So Mama Joyce can run her mouth all she wants. But at the end of the day, if something happens to Kandi and they say, should we pull the plug or not? Guess who they coming to? They coming to Todd, not Mama Joyce. So my thing is, why marry somebody and you can't trust them? If you can trust them with your body, then you should be able to trust them with your money. Or else, in my opinion, don't marry them. Let me go to Juanita. What do you have to say about this Mama Joyce and Kandi thing?
First of all, Mama Joyce needs some business and a man.
Come on.
Now that's what she needs. Number two, she needs to stay out of their business.
Hello.
Kandi needs to get a will. She don't need Don Juan. She don't need Mama Joyce. She go to her lawyer, get everything drawn up legally, and that be it. Now Mama Joyce was just as wrong as two left shoes.
Two left shoes, honey. She need to go and listen. The thing is, when a husband and wife or you get together, whoever you get together with and marry,
you become
whatever
one.
goes on at that point is between your two. You and your husband.
And that's why Riley is disrespectful, because she's just like Mama Joyce. And as far as Kandi saying what she don't want, when she's gone, she's gonna be dead. She ain't gonna know what'll happen no way.
Come on. So, now listen. Charlene, I did see some of this speak on it. I didn't get to finish watching it, but even Don Juan said on Speak on It that if it wasn't for Todd, that Kandi wouldn't have been able to achieve what they have now without him. Come on, talk about it. When a man and woman get together, what you see is what those two have built together. Okay, come on now. It ain't just one; it's the both of them together. So you know what, Mama Joyce need to chill. She needs to chill, but that's just my opinion on it. Kerns, what do you have to say about Mama Joyce and Kandi in this scene?
Let me mute because she's gonna make me.
Okay. Mama Joyce, if you listening, this is what Marlo was talking about. This right here is what Marlo was talking about at the dinner when Ty got his panties all in a bunch. Okay, Marlo was trying to tell you that you need to stick up for your husband and stop letting Mama Joyce railroad all over your guys' relationship when you sit in silence, because everybody knows silence is acceptance. So about that. She said it, and then we watched it play out again. And furthermore, y'all, I have long thought, and it's not a popular opinion, but you know Todd's mom, bless her heart, she passed with everybody thinking what the last thing about her was what Mama Joyce said about her in the 70s and all that stuff about her being a street walker.
Yes.
And for this woman to now have grandkids from that bloodline, and you are disrespecting her grandchildren, talking about your grandkid needs more than her grandkids should get because they've been here longer. Well, they've all been here as long as you've been being not right. I was going to call her something else, but people don't like talking to their elders in a non-right way. So I'll just go she's wrong on top of songs. And Riley, if she is in on this with her grandmother, which I can very well see her being like, well, Grandma Joyce, I'm really scared that Todd isn't going to let me, pay for my rent. Trust anymore. And you think you can help me? Yeah, I got you, baby. I got you. I'll talk to your mom. She listened to me. It's wrong to leave Blaze and the other little boy out of it. What's his name? Captain or whatever. It's wrong to leave them out of it because they're all siblings,
same bloodline,
equal, if anything, but not a more or less. And stay out of it, Mama Joyce, because people ain't used to Marlo being right.
No, they're not.
Marlo has never been right.
Okay, hold on one second. Go ahead. Who was going to say something?
Let the church say amen on Curve.
Oh, well, hold on. Let the whole building say amen to that. Amen. I know you want to jump in. What do you have to say about this?
I strongly disagree. And I disagree because Mama Joyce did not leave out Ace and Blaze. She said that Riley should simply get more. And I agree with that. First
Uh-uh.
of all, Blaze and Ace have a working father. Todd is his responsibility to make sure Kayla is good. That's not Mama Joyce's responsibility. Kayla has a mom. Okay, so her inheritance from Kandi is minuscule at this point. The main component, we have to make sure that Riley is good, because if something happens to Kandi, Riley doesn't have anybody except Mama Joyce. She doesn't have a father. So that I get where Mama Joyce is coming from, and I totally get why Kandi put Don Juan in charge, because Don Juan is level-headed, and Kandi has already said on camera she does not trust Todd to
But
enforce
why
the
marry him though?
decision
That's the
that
question.
that
Diva,
she
Wait,
please?
let her finish. Let her finish. Go
Okay.
ahead. Go ahead.
so if we know that Kandi and Todd have two different parenting styles, it makes absolute sense why there should be two separate trusts. I agree with that, and I do think, just because I think Mama Joyce is hands down correct on this. I don't think that she should be penalized for everything that because we know that she doesn't like Todd, and there's a reason for it. Maybe we'll find out what the real reason is later, and because it's a scheme. Todd is scheming. And the fact of the matter is, he came into an empire that was already built. Did he come in and enhance it? Of course he did. But Kandi could have gotten any slow bum off the street, and still she would be Kandi Burris regardless. Regardless. Todd is expendable. I don't care how you slice it or dice it.
Oh well,
Pia,
I don't.
hold on one second,
Yeah,
guys. Hold on
I
one
don't.
second. Hold on one second.
Right.
Pia, would you like to add to this conversation?
Mhm.
Are you there? Okay, so I'm gonna move from Pia. I heard you. I don't necessarily agree, but I hear you, and everybody has the right to the opinion here, right?
Can
But
I
let me
speak,
let
please?
hold on one second, Sebastian. I'm gonna come to
No
you.
problem.
But let me just throw this in there. Again, I go back to, why lay next to a man that you cannot trust at the end of the day to do right by all your kids, because this is a blended family. And my thing is, if we're blending the family and we now have 4 kids as a blended family, why can't they all get some piece of this pie? So if it was reversed, I'm just going to throw this out there, then I'll come to Sebastian. If it was reversed, if Todd was the one making all the money, right? And now Kandi came in with 1 kid before, getting together with Todd. Should her 1 kid from a previous relationship, if something was demise was to come of them, should that 1 kid get nothing and the other 3 kids get to split everything? Is that what we're doing? I'm just saying. Let me go to you, Sebastian, real quick. What do you have to say about Mama Joyce and Kandi scene?
First of all, I agree 100% with Mama Joyce and E. First of
Mm,
all,
mm,
listen,
Of course.
everyone is
Thank you,
supposed
Sebastian.
everyone is supposed to get a piece of the pie, but certain pieces have to be larger than the others, depending on the situation of hunger. That's why Riley does deserve to get more. And
mm,
besides, Riley has been under the care of her mother from day one,
mm-hmm.
has no father, has a father, but he's doing what he wants to do with his life. And Todd is not her dad, and we can't trust that Todd is going to take care of Riley. Like, I 100% do agree with everyone is saying that. I agree with Mama Joyce. I really do, because Riley does deserve more. Because Riley's situation is going to be worse. Like,
How is her situation going to be
she's
worse?
practically going to be an
She's in
orphan.
school right
She's
now to be a
practically going to be
she's
an
in school right
orphan.
now to be a lawyer,
She's
Sebastian.
practically going to be an orphan. These kids, they have their dad, who's the producer. They have their sister Kayla. They also Riley as well is their sister as well. Their situation is different than Riley's, so that's why Riley's does deserve more. Because she's probably going to be more of a if Candy does something happen to her, she's probably going to be a more maternal figure to these kids,
That's
to
right.
Blaze and Ace. So she does deserve more.
Okay.
And
So
besides, she needs to make
Riley,
sure.
so let me ask you this. If Riley Fowler was highly involved would she still deserve more, or would they, in that point we could give them equally? Just
In
asking.
that point, we could give them equally. Because yes, in that point, we could give them equally.
So it's just because we feel that Riley's dad is raggedy, for lack of a better word, that
Yes.
Riley deserves more. That's what we're doing?
Yes.
Okay.
No,
All right.
Riley's firstborn. No,
Don't
Riley's
strike her.
firstborn. And so firstborn, you get first dibs. We know that Riley.
No, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. It's not because she's firstborn. I personally think she deserves more because she does not have another parent in her life. That's why she deserves more.
She's first, and she's going to be the one that will handle decisions just more so in line with Kandi than so Todd and Kayla. It's Team Todd and Kayla on one side, and then it's Team Kandi, Mama Joyce, and Riley on the other side. So if Kandi wants her wishes fulfilled to her liking, leave Riley and Don Juan in charge. Things will get done the way Kandi wants to.
So let me just throw this in the thing, right? Don Juan, who's a non-family member, right? Who you're not sleeping with, he can be trusted over. Hold on one second. He can be trusted over your own husband.
Yes.
Yep.
Because sometimes it be your own cubs that come back to bite you. Okay.
Look at Canelo.
What was you gonna say?
You know, I love my co-counsel's theory. However, the only flaw I see in your theory is, by that logic, the other one that Todd has a kid with, her mother and her father would still be alive. And would that mean she gets nothing?
No, she does deserve something as well. She deserves the amount of money that accrued. She deserves a part in the amount of money that accrued during Todd's time in Kandi's empire. That's what she deserves. But Riley deserves from the start to the finish as well.
Because Riley has already benefited for 21 years. So she already got more. She already got way more than even her natural biological siblings, not even just her step sibling. So technically she already got more. My thing is, I don't think she should get more than the two babies for sure.
Exactly.
Because babies is going to cost more over time when they get older. I mean, gas might stay $28 a gallon. Who knows?
You're right. I see where you're coming from. I do see where you're coming from.
Listen. Here's the thing, though. My thing is, if Todd was the one with the money, would y'all be good with Todd being on the screen saying all of this about Kandi? I'm going to put a hands down that y'all would not be. Y'all would be outraged that Todd mother is sitting up there saying all of that stuff about Kandi. So why are we so mad? Just because he is the male. It's like we are so mad about Todd and saying that Todd is not worthy. Where all the time, if a female marries a man that has more money, when the split comes, people are outraged if this woman does not get half. When Dr. Dre was divorcing his wife, she wanted half of this money and gave her reasons why. And people were like, that's right. This chick was watching the kids doing this and she deserved half. Why are we shortchanging Todd? Why are we saying that Todd is a slacker? Why are we saying that Todd is a gold digger? Why are we saying that Todd cannot be trusted? Because he is the man that married a woman with money?
No, that's not why.
I think it's because of
he brought
less. I don't know. Todd looks like a nice guy, but he's not oozing. He doesn't wear his wedding ring enough for me. That's what it is for me personally. He went like a couple of seasons after they got married without wearing his wedding ring on a regular basis. And that screams to me, what you doing, bruh? You know what I'm saying? Like, what
does Kandi have on hers? Does Kandi have on hers?
Yeah, Kandi always has hers on. Always. Maybe they have a reason why they don't trust him. She would know better than us.
Well, here's the thing. Okay, if you don't trust them, then get divorced.
Well, too late now. She had those two babies, so he needs to stay there so he can babysit. But the thing about it is this: it's Todd's biblical duty to be a provider to his children. I mean, he's a Christian man, so he said that he works. He has to Tucker Productions. Okay, well, let's get to it. Get this money so that Blaze, Ace, and Kayla can have an inheritance. I think Kayla can get $20,000 for an inheritance from Kandi, but the rest should go to Riley. Come on.
Yep, Riley is
Y'all
Kandi blood.
You are killing me. But Corey, you have into the building. What do you want to add to this conversation?
I think that's right. Todd should not get the lion's share. No, he should not. The difference between Todd and Dr. Dre's wife was Dr. Dre's wife was there before he actually hit it. She helped and facilitated his move up through the entertainment industry. See, some spouses have more than money can provide. They can provide you a leg up. They can give you information into your next level of your career. Todd ain't doing that. Todd is looking for a cushy retirement. He wasn't making that much as a producer. All right, he had a little ying around the house money. But I believe Mama Joyce is right.
So hold on, Corey, 1 second, because we got to do this, because I'm feeling like I'm losing a connection with some of y'all, and it's okay, right? But in the chat, they tell me you speak, Corey, speak, okay? But in the chat, let me do this for 1 second. In the chat, are you team Mama Joyce in this situation? Do you feel that Mama Joyce is right? If you feel Mama Joyce is right, put Mama Joyce in the chat. But if you feel and you're connected with what I'm saying, that Mama Joyce was out of line and out of pocket, put in that chat that Mama Joyce is out of pocket and out of line. So Tabitha said that Mama Joyce is right. And they said no. Fifi said she's Team Todd. Okay. We got another Mama Joyce.
Mama Joyce is wrong.
Mama Joyce is dead wrong. Okay?
Can I step in on this?
My God, we got Mama Joyce all day, every day.
Hey, y'all.
I want Mama Joyce to be my grandma.
Chi-Town said Mama Joyce is out of line and out of pocket, okay?
Out of here.
Out of pocket, Janice. That's what I'm talking about. Mama Joyce will always be out of line.
Oh my gosh. Diva, y'all don't, I had to interrupt my workout to get on this screen.
Okay. Go ahead, Smoke. Add to the conversation, because we got to get to see about Sheree. Go ahead, Smoke.
Because I was listening to it and I could not believe what I was hearing from Sebastian. If I could jump through this screen right now, I'd have snatched him up by his vertebrae.
Oh, wait a minute, that's my baby.
Yes, I did. Because that's some crap. Because here's my thing. I want y'all to, Diva, save this live, like pin it on your channel. Because what if it comes a time that Todd comes up with something and he starts making more money than Kandi? Are y'all going to keep the same energy that,
yes,
Riley deserves? Oh, really? Y'all bunch of
as it comes to the money that was made before the marital union. This is what I'm saying. Money made before the marital union can be... I think Riley should have the lion's share because she has no daddy to help. She has no daddy to leave her any kind of legacy.
Amen.
Todd is there. Todd is always there. Wait a minute, Smoke. Wait a minute.
Go ahead.
Save your smoke.
Corey.
Save your smoke. Don't be smoking at me, okay?
I smoke wherever I want.
Just hold on to smoke, Smokey the Bear. Hold on. And that I agree with Mama Joyce that the two youngest ones should get a share, but not a lion's share, because they still have a parent there to make a legacy, since y'all think he can make some money by himself. Okay.
Can I say something, Diva?
Okay, but wait, hold on. Before you say something, give me a minute, because I don't want to pronounce your name wrong. But is this Franchetti? Franchette, you're in the building. What do you want to add to this conversation? Is Mama Joyce out of pocket?
She sure is. She is dead wrong.
She's
dead wrong. And I feel like this. Why make a difference in the children? Riley got a daddy just like those kids got a daddy. I don't care nothing about he won in Riley's life. That was between Kandi. She knew that he had a wife when she screwed him and got her. So that comes with
no.
No.
And on top of that, you shouldn't even be married to nobody if that's the way you feel. It's time for Todd to leave and let it go and just do for his own children. Because I'm tired of that line on Todd
Hold
is
on
a
one second,
Todd
Franchetti.
is
Somebody, hold on one second, Franchetti. Somebody's giving a lot of feedback. If you're not talking right now, can you mute? I appreciate that. Okay, Franchetti, go ahead because you dropping knowledge right now. Mama Joyce is
she
out of pocket. Go ahead.
yeah, she's way out of pocket. Listen, and that's making a difference in those children. They are siblings, regardless if if they don't have the same dad or not, they are siblings. I don't care who was here first or who was not. Mama George should worry about her own self in that restaurant and whatever else instead of worrying about Candy and Todd's family. Once you marry, you leave your parents and cling to your spouse. That's what the Bible says. Now, is this a contract marriage? That's what it sounds like. This supposed to be a contract. No matter what that man do, people still gonna have a problem. He loved Todd Candy enough to propose to and marry. Mama George needs to get somewhere and sit down. That's why she can't keep no man nowhere. Cause look at her, she's so mean and a hateful bitty, and she needs to get a life and stop making about listen. Todd don't even let Candy even spoil his own child. You know what I'm saying? Candy wants to do stuff for his daughter, but Todd said no. He want her to be able to stand on her own, because when you give it to these kids, just hand it to them, they don't appreciate it. But when they work hard for it, they appreciate it. That's all I gotta say. Mama George need to get her life. Mama George, oh, she is the devil. She is the
Well,
devil, and I still don't like the way she did Todd's mama. Mama
I
Joyce is a demon. She's a demon, and Candy is just like her. That's all I gotta
I
say. Love you, Diva. But
You
I'm with you,
you
Diva. I'm
welcome.
standing for Todd all the way because I have this. I got stepchildren. My husband got his own kids. I got mine, and we got a blended family. But when it comes, if something happened to me, I trust my husband to do whatever needs to be done. You know what I'm saying? I put it to where I got whoever I need. Each child got their own policy from me. So, and
Amen.
my husband got his own. So, whatever I told him, what I leave him is his. What I leave him is theirs. If I didn't put it down, write it down in the will, let it be. You give it to him if you want. But that's it. That lady needs to just mind her business. Oh, Betty, all of them. That's all I gotta say. Dave, love you. Love you,
Love you too.
Camilo, y'all.
Listen,
All right.
listen. All right, bye. Tabitha said she about to call our birthday on us. MH, you're in the building. What do you have to say?
Oh, I am so annoyed. I could not believe anyone sticking up for Mama Joyce in this situation. She was dead wrong. And Kandi, I just want us to go back seasons. Let's go back to when Kandi came on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Everybody wants to act like Candy's always been this big businesswoman. She's always been a boss. Candy's a boss. When she came on with that red rooster hairstyle and that little house that she left Joyce, Mama Joyce was driving a banger. She was driving a beat up truck. A beat up, those ones that white old men drive that are on farms. That kind of truck. Like they were not, she was living off, money from Escape. Those little pennants that she was getting. She was living in a small house and she was ready to marry a man with 9 kids and 12 baby mamas with no prenup. That's where Kandi was then. So let's not act like Kandi was the biggest boss her whole life. Let's not act like Todd didn't elevate her. Her own team was saying it on Speak on It. They were saying before you came around, Todd, things were not getting done. Businesses were not being made. Things were not happening. They said that, yeah, she had the raggedy tags, that little, the little, trashy shop where, just regular clothes that you sell. But she wasn't the money maker she is now. Todd even spoke about in production. He taught her how to not to leave money on the table when she's making deals. He taught her so much We're not going to act like, even Cameron's doing well, they said. The DJ, her friends, all the people that Todd came around, he elevated. And they always say they go to him for business advice. They never say we go to Kandi for business advice. They say we go to Todd.
Come on, MA.
Contracts. Well, we have things to talk about. Even parenting, they go to Todd. So let's not act like.
Come on, MA.
One of the things that Todd said that annoyed him, he said he even brought Don Warren back. He was like, "Are you telling me that if my wife died today, our joint trust you would be in control of? How does that make sense?" He said, "Does it make sense for me? If I die today and it's our joint trust, Kandi takes control of it. She's the one of the partnership that's living. She's the parent that's living. So I trust her to look after Ace and Blaze and the rest of the kids. If she dies, it should never be a case where two people..."
Right, MH, hold on one second. Trent, I love you. I don't even know you, but I love you. But yes, we did say, yes, the caller did say that Todd elevated Kandi.
Yes.
Hold on one second, MH. When two people come together, I need y'all to get this. When you see a couple and you see something great in one half of that couple, it's probably 9 times out of 10 a result of those two coming together. Okay? Kandi can do more because Todd is home watching Ace and Blaze. Okay?
Thank you.
So that's why Kandi can do more. Kandi has the old lady game. If I'm not mistaken, I thought Todd came up with that name.
Yes, it's his idea.
Now, we got to give Todd credit where credit is due, and I can't hold on this thing too long because y'all get me worked up, and we still got to get to She by Sheree, okay, or by somebody, She by somebody, but we got to get there. Go ahead, MA, finish what you were saying.
Yeah, so all of those things, and one of the things that Todd kept on saying is that they elevated each other. He said that I understand that Kandi is the brand. Kandi is the person that people are interested in seeing. So we had, as a team, we built her up. But that's not to say that without us, she would be where she was. She wasn't. She was the Red Rooster hairstyle girl with the guy with the 10 baby the 10 baby mamas. Let's not act like Kandi was living it up before she came on this show and before she got with Todd. 10 years in, he has made this empire with her.
Yes, he has. He has. Wait, hold on one second, MA. Todd by. Yes, Todd came up with the restaurant idea. Give it up for Todd, people. Todd is doing his thing, and Todd can handle being over the money if something unfortunately happens to Kandi. Why are we putting a perfect stranger in some way, sense, or form? Somebody is crackling again. Please mute if you're not talking to me right now. Why are we putting Todd, Don Juan in charge? Don Juan ain't in this marriage. It's me and my husband.
He is He is the director of operations of everything made by Kandi Burruss. He has every right to make sure that the bag that he controlled and worked with is secured when his boss passes. God.
Let me ask you this, Sebastian. Let me ask you this. Don Juan been with her way before Todd came into the picture. Was there a restaurant? Was there a restaurant when Don Juan was there? Was there a restaurant?
Okay, and the money from the restaurant could go to Kayla.
Let me answer.
And Don Juan is not an attorney.
Todd is not an attorney either. But the thing about it is this. Todd did not come up with that restaurant. Todd did not come up with that restaurant. The viewers gave Mama Joyce and Aunt Bertha and I forgot the other one. We named them the Old Lady Gang. Todd did not name them the Old Lady Gang. And if Todd really elevated Kandi's life the way that everyone is presenting it, why didn't Kandi and Riley move into Todd's apartment? Why did Todd?
Thank you. I'm not playing with you right now. I'm not doing this with you. I'm not doing this with you, E. I'm not doing this with you, E. But go ahead.
Where's Todd's property?
Hold on one second, guys. Mims, you're in the building. What do you want to add to this conversation?
Todd was a thousandaire when he met Kandi.
Oh my God.
Elevating. Todd knows how to swerve. Todd swerved his way into a really good place with Kandi. Kandi did have that little red swoop in that old house, but she owned it and she had $35 million in the bank. Todd drove an old Range Rover. That's why Marlo told us he was driving Kandi's cars as soon as he got on. So let's not pretend like Kandi was not the star of this relationship. Is he good at babysitting? We don't know. Because like he said, he preferred to be in Miami when Kandi's shooting those films.
Okay, I gotta say something. I'm not gonna sit here and stay silent no more. Y'all forget I have somebody on the inside that works with Kandi. I know for a fact that Todd came up with all these ideas. They both came together with this. She tells me a lot that I'm not supposed to tell y'all, but I know exactly how they came up with the idea. She said Todd came up with the idea. They brought her onto the show. That's how they keep building. Todd came up with putting it in the Georgia Dome. He got the old lady gang over in the Georgia Dome before they tore it down. Then they got Blaze.
So it was
Todd is the one that helped Kandi. Yes, Kandi is a good businesswoman now, but back then she was not one. And
Who
I
had
still
the
love
investment?
Kandi to this day.
Whose seed money was it?
Who had the initial investment? Who had the down payments?
Seed money.
Even if Kandi put the down payments and had the investments, he still came up with the idea. They both came up with the idea. I'm telling you what my friend is telling me. She works with them. She knows this. She has been to Kandi's house. I know this stuff because she tells me. Okay. I'm not supposed to tell y'all, but I'm telling you because Todd does help.
Here's the thing, Canelo. Here's the thing. Even if you never told us, listen, when people get together, when there is a couple, no matter what, this couple is creating these things that they do together. So if one person in the couple is writing a book, you better believe at night, say, hey, babe, look at this chapter I just wrote. What do you think? All right. And even if the other person said, oh, change this word and change that, they helped.
Oh my God! You're describing Beyonce writing a song.
Go ahead, man.
The P. Diddy defense.
Beyonce writing a song.
We gotta have one person speak. Go ahead, Mims.
I said you just described Beyonce writing a song. She adds the and then it becomes a Beyonce track. Look, the point is, I'm shocked that we are even debating this. How are we debating that Kandi?
It's been a 14-year debate.
Kandi was a prominent
Hold on, Canelo. Go ahead, Mims.
Kandi was a prominent business person and a multi-millionaire when she met Todd. We have seen what Todd has produced. They fail. So with Kandi's backing and money and prominence in the city, they have been able to establish the old lady gang and put some money in his pocket. But Todd was out here trying to buy 18-wheelers. Todd was out here buying taco stands. Don't get me wrong, I like them, but we're not going to minimize Kandi and her accomplishments in these streets.
Nobody's minimizing.
We're not going to minimize it, but you know what? We're going to move on. But the bottom line is we got to say this, right? The bottom line is we got to say this. Mama Joyce was out of pocket, out of line.
Yes.
And when you break down the money, you got to treat all the kids equally, okay? If you got one kid, then it can all go to one kid. But if you got 2 kids, then you need to split it between the 2. If you got 3 kids, you need to split it between the 3.
Well, I got one more thing, Diva. I got one more thing.
Yeah, sure.
Todd is the kind of dude that if Kandi divorces him, he's gonna file for spousal support.
Yep.
Exactly.
But okay, guys. Here's the thing.
Doing it?
If it was a female, if it was reversed, and the female filed for spousal support, why are we okay with it? But now if the man does it, we're not. I'm confused.
No, I'm okay with your spousal support. Anyone could get spousal support. But the thing is, we're saying the point that we're trying to make is that Kandi is the breadwinner. Kandi is the one who the bank. That's what the point we're trying to make. It's not
the bag. He not.
Okay. So Sebastian, since you're going by that logic, your queen is getting her husband is getting spousal support from her. She done paid all his legal bills. She brought him out the red. Where he up there with his non-producing restaurants, but he getting spousal support off of her. Okay.
Diva, can you go ahead?
Hold on one second, everybody. What were you saying, Mims?
Can you go ahead and drop Canelo?
Don't hate, because I'm telling the truth.
Mims, you are wrong for that.
We're gonna have to agree We're gonna have to agree to disagree on this Mama Joyce situation. It is what it is. We're gonna move on because we got to get by Sheba who. So this what we're gonna say for sure.
Sheba, she don't pay.
So let me finish my notes on this, and then we'll talk about it. Right. One thing we're gonna say hands down. I said it earlier. That party planner and what's the other one? The one that got the models. They did their thing. That scene, that venue was everything. They pulled it together, okay? Sheree had what, 25 looks or whatever the case may be. But we gotta mention Lyrone or Tyrone. Now I will say this: Tyrone got me. He got me when he did that interview with, I want to say, the Jasmine brand, okay? He had me on his side. But last night I wavered back to the other side because I was like, okay, hold on. Apollo said that what Tyrone said wasn't true, that Tyrone could have showed up. And I really think that Tyrone didn't show up. I'm now flipping back. I really think Tyrone didn't show up because he wanted that money and he wanted a contract and he wanted to get paid. But I tell you what, Sheree got played when she went to Philly, but she played Tyrone out last night, okay? She told him, I ain't got no words for you. If you can't apologize to me, you dead wrong. I'm not here for it. I'm not having it. So she wasn't here for Tyrone, okay? Now listen, Apollo walked that runway and he did his thing. Now, was I thrilled about the fashions that came down the runway? No, but I'm going to tell you why I gave it a pass. I gave it a pass because after 14 years of waiting for Sheba Sheree, they could have walked out there with their underwear and I would have gave it up to her.
They did.
Because, listen, it was just about time, right? So I was happy for her. But then when I woke up the next morning and, the people was like, okay, no, this is fashion from Amazon, this place, that place, Walmart. I was like, come on, Sheree. Now, maybe was it because she didn't pay her bill from the real designer? So she had no choice but to get some fashions from wherever and have a fashion show. Now, let me throw this in there. Give it up for Dwight because he looked really good. He actually looked better last night than he did when he was on the show way back when. Okay. And Dwight was like, he had enough. Why was that fashion show 2 hours late? I don't know. But you know what? It's Sheree. So after 14 years, what did she really give us? I'm not quite sure, but at least we actually had a fashion show. So that's all I want to add to that. We'll go around the room. Let the person speak when they're speaking. Corey, what do you think about Sheba Sheree?
It is true to form. What's out there on athleisure, they all copy one another. There is no really originality in this genre of fashion. It was okay. Some of the stuff was all right. I wouldn't wear it. I don't want my butt hanging out at the gym, but that's just me. The models were hood, black church fashion theatrics. I could have did without that.
Apollo,
but I'm glad she did it.
No, you got to give it up for Apollo. Come on now. Give it up for Apollo in the orange, the red, or whatever color that was. We got to give it up for Apollo.
All right, he walked. You guys, I used to model when I was a teenager. I know what real walking is. That wasn't it. Apollo was okay. It was okay.
Wait a minute now. You said Dwight still looked like a walking corpse. No, he did not.
Dwight looked good.
He looked good last night.
Dwight. He came
I don't know
last
what
night.
he's been drinking.
So don't do that. Don't do that to Dwight. He looked good. He looked good. Juanita, what did you think about Sheba Sheree?
First of all, why was it 2 hours late? That's number one. Number two, I woke up this morning and I looked at all the blogs and it was saying that the website crashed. And I wonder why did it crash? Maybe because she didn't pay the lady, or because she went to Shein and had the name of Shein by Sheree, or Sheree don't pay. But it was a good fashion show, but it was just a fashion show with other people's fashion.
You know what, dear? You called it right there. You called it right there. A fashion show with other people's fashion. You know, there it is. Okay, I like that. E, what do you have to say about the She by Sheree fashion show? Or Tyrone?
So I'll take it from the points that you mentioned. First of all, when it comes to Tyrone and Sheree are torn from the same cloth. They're both crooks. And so we can't say, I can't say that I was impressed by Sheree turning away from Tyrone last night. And the only reason I can't say that is because, for all I know, she turned him away because she was with Martell. You don't get cool points from leaving one bastard to go to another one. Oh, excuse me. Can I say that?
Clutching my pearls. Clutching my pearls.
But in reference to Apollo, the fact that she put him in that jailhouse orange, I thought that was deplorable. Apollo did look good, but I'm not interested in seeing Apollo unless he's ready to tell us how Phaedra orchestrated the whole scheme that had him in jail and that she hid the money. That's all I want to see from Apollo. In reference to the show, I mean, it looked great to be held at a mall. I could see it at a mall, or I could see it, in Forever 21. But to sit here and say that you want to charge $130 for something that's $15 on no. Sheree, that wasn't acceptable. And like Ralph said, we heard Ralph talking about it. You can't work out in fishnets, and they won't let you in the gym with that. You can't go into LA Fitness with your nipples and the leotard. Who's wearing that? That is something. Sheree doesn't know what the hell she's doing.
You can go to LA Fitness. You can go to LA Fitness.
If I had to give it between an A and an F, I think that Sheree would get a A for effort, but I would give it a C plus for delivery. I wasn't impressed.
Yeah, the clothes wasn't impressive. You know what? Hold on, guys. CSC. Hold on, TSC. Good boy, you're in the building. What do you have to say about this situation?
What's good, Diva?
Good boy.
Oh my God, Diva.
Thank God, Gabor.
What's good, everybody?
Don't you do it,
Mills. I just believe in if you're not gonna do it right, don't do it at all. Don't do it at all, Sheree. It was a fail, and I've been telling y'all she a BSB for the longest. It was BS. And then she had the perfect layout, Diva. Bravo said, and then 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and the site crashed. But you selling this stuff for $125 a She by Sheree. You had to knock it down from evening wear all the way down to gym wear, and it wasn't even gym wear. It still looked cheap. Like Corey said, the models was hood. And it ain't nothing wrong with hood, but it wasn't giving high fashion. It wasn't a fashion show. It was 2 hours late. Sheree got to do better. Why even? I'm just so embarrassed for her. And then the little she thing, it looked like some type of kid rock star emblem. The she. You know what I'm saying? It just looked so cheap.
It 14 years and it was still a disappointment. Good boy, I hate to backtrack, but I got to ask you this really quickly. Was Mama Joyce out of pocket?
No, Mama Joyce was 100% correct.
Oh, my.
Thank you.
Mama Joyce was 100% correct. The thing is, though, Riley is the outside child. Once Kandi got into new life and married Todd and had them other 2 kids, Riley is the outside child. She's the one that's not there. You know what I'm saying? That's why when Kandi, I don't think that Kandi realized what she was doing, but I felt like when every time Kandi asked Riley, you called your daddy after she had AIDS, it's almost like, well, girl, you're not included in this here. It's us, we a family, but that's your daddy over there. You know what I'm saying? And so I felt like Mama Joyce is praying to what's in the best interest for Riley. Todd gonna always look after his kids, but he don't look after them good enough. But he gonna, so if he don't look after Kayla like he should, how are we gonna be sure that he gonna take care of Riley?
Amen.
Oh my.
Oh yes.
Amen.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
You better church, good boy, church.
Juanita, are you hearing this?
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Gabor, I love you. I love you truly. and I listened to you and everything, but I'm gonna have to disagree with you.
Oh,
Mama
well.
Joyce was out of pocket.
Mama Joyce was 100% correct.
Mama Joyce need a man so she can handle her own business and stay out of Candace.
Well, Kandi need the
And
wild one.
I'm like Forrest Gump. That's all I gotta say about that.
Mama Joyce got a man. Mama Joyce got a man. He just don't want to be on the show. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna make sure that Riley is being able, that she gonna be taken care of and she gonna be good. Because we can't depend on Todd to do it.
Todd,
we ain't depending on
Riley
Todd.
Gonna be taken care of. Candace gonna see to that, and it ain't no doubt about it.
But we gonna make sure.
Now
We
that
gonna make
Todd in
sure.
charge of the money.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She gonna be taken care of, but we gonna make sure that she taken care of. We ain't gotta. It ain't depending on how Todd feeling today and what he think. And I don't want to give you out one time.
Well, you know what? All I gotta say is,
I don't want you to waste the money that you ain't made. Todd want to be able to have decisions. Oh yes,
Kandi needs
Todd want to have decisions
and get everything drawn up legally, and then you won't have to worry about what Todd gonna do because she already have it in her wishes. And
you know,
I'm like Forrest Gump. That's all I gotta say about that.
But see, we want to make sure. I want to make sure that Riley and that Blaze and Ace are riding in Porsche SUVs when they turn 16 years old, like Riley was. We ain't got time for Todd to be cheap and him laying back and something happened to Kandi and spending all the money and they out here in some Miatas. You know what I'm saying? We want them in Porsche SUVs just like Riley was.
Well, everybody forgets you do
can I
have
ask
a
you a
prenup.
question? If they're saying that Kandi was such a rich woman before she met Todd, why do they even care? Riley should be set up. We're talking about the joint trust. We're not talking about Candy's first trust that she has by herself. She's going to leave all of that to Riley and her other two younger kids. So if we're talking about that Todd was such a bust and he didn't do anything, he didn't elevate her, why are you so concerned about the money they made together?
They ain't making no money together.
Oh,
that's right,
go.
Tell it.
Candy made money. Hold on, guys. I'm sorry I backtracked, but let's give a moment again for 1 second. She by Sheree, it did happen. There was a fashion show. Okay, the White was in the building. Deshaun Snow was in the building. We had a lot of people in the building. She said it was the hottest ticket in town. Many people wanted to come. She gave us something. It was somebody else's fashion, but she did have a fashion show, right?
I disagree, Diva. It was
Diva,
a show, but it wasn't.
It
was a show, but it wasn't fashion.
Oh my!
Diva, can I ask you, what
was you going to say?
Why did her daughter not recognize Tyrone, and why was her mother introduced? Her mother would only get who he was by her saying at 50-something years old, "Oh, you know, Prison Babe." Like, what was that? I thought they had a 10-year relationship.
Well, you gotta understand that Tyrone, he just recently got the ankle bracing off. Most of their relationship, he was locked up. So that's why people wasn't recognizing him. And they kind of dissed his height too. They was like, oh, he's kind of short in person. Tyrone it was not a good look. He should have just stayed in Philly. He should have left it at that scene. You know, that was a whole hot mess with Tyrone, but he tried and he came in there with his checkered suit. Sheree also dissed him, saying he's a throwback. It was a hot mess with Tyrone. I would have asked Bob to cut that whole scene out and I would have gave them back their check. Okay. That's what happened with Tyrone.
Tyrone don't have enough estrogen for Sheree.
Oh my!
Oh man! You know what, Mills?
Oh my!
Yeah, Diva, Bob was there. Did you see Bob?
Oh yes, Bob was there.
Bob looked a hot mess.
Bob was in the building
with Tammy. Bob was in there with Tammy.
Sure was.
Yeah.
Who was she?
Did you say with Kandi?
No, with Tammy.
Who's Tammy?
You remember that's the auntie of the man who had knocked. You remember he knocked her down? That was trying to fight on King, the man that was in jail.
On this season with Kim Fields.
You remember Sheree claimed that he was sleeping. She was sleeping with Bob.
Oh yes. Oh my God.
Go ahead. Bob does have a job down here in Atlanta. He's always on it's this sports show that comes on every Saturday and Sunday. He's getting a check. It may not be much, but he's getting something. I mean,
we don't care about Bob.
I know we care about Bob. I know we don't. I'm just
Bob was still sticking out his
yourself.
tongue like it was
Oh,
2012.
yes.
Like,
Peter was there with his unzipped pants. And,
Yes,
and she
that
said
was
Peter was already drunk. She said Peter was drunk. Okay.
She said high. She said he was high.
Yeah, but you know what? I take that back, boy. She sure did. She
High
said
on
he was
what?
high. That was messy. That was messy.
She wasn't wrong.
Well, listen. Peter showed up. Right. Peter showed up. It was the hottest ticket in town, and the people came through for She by Sheree. And unfortunately, after 14 years, she still didn't hit the mark. I feel bad for Sheree. She's just a mess. And I think it's no hope for her.
Apollo's girlfriend. Apollo's girlfriend was there.
Yeah, she
Well,
was there.
she stood up because Kenya stood up. Then she stood up when that other guy came down the rumble.
No, the white guy.
Yeah, the white guy.
Diva,
Yeah,
I have
but
a
I
question.
think she was clapped. She did something when Apollo came down because his girlfriend. Yeah, his girlfriend felt the need to stand up and show that she was there.
Diva, I got a question.
Yes.
So if you are dating somebody, if Martell and Sheree are really together, don't you think that Martell would have said something about Sheree on his social media? Because Martell's been going crazy about everything that goes on with Melody. He didn't mention one thing about She by Sheree. So you tell me what kind of man would not do that if he's already a social media hoe like Martell?
I'm a little
Well,
bit
you know what? You are
narcissist.
correct. You are correct. You know what? Here's the thing. Sheree is a fool to even be. I wouldn't. She's a fool with this whole Martell thing. It baffles me, and I couldn't. Yeah, desperate. I couldn't be that desperate. I wouldn't even want a storyline that bad, right? Yeah, and so he's gonna do her just like he did Ariane. Yeah, and we all know that she's somewhere going crazy right now. So she might have been better off, being with Tyrone. But she played Tyrone out on that TV last night.
He sure did. I'm proud of him.
From what they say about Martell and what he likes, Sheree must got some jabber jaws because they said that that's why he left Melody.
Oh, wow.
That's why he left Melody. But Diva, I have seen people on YouTube, fitness people on YouTube, start up fitness like clothing. You know what I'm saying? Start those up off of YouTube and be successful with them. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't understand why it was so hard for Sheree to even make some joggers. Because at first, we're not going to give her 14 years. I'm not going to give her 14 years. I'm going to give her at least 5. Because it was She by Sheree for most of that time. And she done lowered it down to joggers. At first, when she had the viewing, when she had that party with the little drawings and stuff, those was dresses and nice type of dresses and stuff. And then when she went to the reunion, she said there was going to be some joggers. But I've seen people on YouTube start that up real quick and make money off of it.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you, right? Because everybody's slamming her saying that it's other people's clothes. But there's so many people that start lines. All they do is put their labels on clothes that are from manufacturing companies. And that is why you can go on Amazon and you can see the same shirt. And one person will be selling it for $20. Somebody else will be selling it for $50, and somebody else will be selling it for $60. So there are a lot of successful people that say they have their own clothing line, and it's actually just coming from a manufacturer company, and they're slapping their label on it. So I think where Sheree messed up is that she kept saying, don't Rashida and Carly Red have clothing? Yeah, and they just slapping their name on clothing that is already made out there. And that's why you kind of see that clothing by so many different people. It's because they're just slapping their name on it. The problem I have with Sheree is that she kept acting as if these clothes were being made by a designer and they had to be shipped from Australia, China, this place, that place, and they were stuck somewhere somehow, only to come out with fashions that were exactly like, things that are already out there. If you was just going to slap your name on it, you could have been did this fashion show, and She by Sheree could have been out. So yes, Sheree has no business sense. She lies. She overspends because I for sure believe she could not afford that event last night. She knows how to throw a high class event because you could tell money was spent, money that she just didn't have.
The money she didn't have.
It was absolutely beautiful. And when the white mouth that he was ready to go because that fashion show started so behind and late. He was, I was here for it. I was here for
Dwight is a
there.
hairdresser.
But
He's a 60
after
year old
all this
hairdresser.
time,
Dwight
she
needs
missed the mark
Right.
yet again. I feel bad for Sheree. She's just not ready. She gets an F. She gets an F. That's all
And
we gotta say.
that walk that she was doing on that runway was so dreadful.
That was dreadful. That was dreadful.
That walk was tragic. And after 14 years, you couldn't be walking your house all day long so that when you finally get to do your moment, you know how to walk down that aisle. It was dreadful. It was dreadful.
I think it was
I know. Look, I should have went down there. I could have got like $1,000 just to teach her to walk down the aisle. Look, I told you I went to school for modeling. I did a little bit. I could have taught her how to do that. And
I thought she worked at Magic. Wait, hold on, Canelo. I'm not gonna sit here and listen to your lies, Canelo. You worked at Magic.
You know what, man? I'm done.
You worked at Magic
Diva drop
Magic City is not no supermodel runway.
I didn't say I was a supermodel. I said I was a school.
You know what the truth of the matter is?
Yes, go ahead, Corey. Hold on one second, guys. Hold on one second. Go ahead, Corey.
The truth of the matter is they had some kind of whack choreography going on. I've seen these types of choreography. When I direct my son's middle school's fashion show, we do similar choreography like this so the kids think that they're doing something. No. A real fashion show, you don't do all that, holding a ponytail and walking like you going to your death. No, you don't do that. You just walk. You walk.
Eyes up, straight forward. Yes. You better rip that runway.
Any fashion, that's right. Any fashion person, woman rather, any fashion girl or girls uses every sidewalk, every hallway, any kind of walkway as a runway, because that's what I was taught.
Thank you.
You use everything every place is a runway. You must shine everywhere you go.
Thank you.
We need to reach out to them. We need to reach out.
But you know what, guys? We got to go around. But let me say this. First of all, the reunion is going to be next week. We saw the little clip from the reunion. I'm not sure they got the seating right because I believe next to Andy was who?
Marlo and Sheree.
Marlo and Sheree. I'm not sure they got that seating right, but we shall see. I'm not sure if Sheree should be up there next to Andy.
No.
But I don't know who could have replaced her in that seat. Because it was a mess. I got to think about it a little bit more, but I'm not sure if they got that quite right. Okay, so we're going to give our final words. We're going to kind of go around the room. And as you give your final words, just give me your last thought. Did you change your mind about Mama Joyce being out of pocket and out of line? Are you okay now? Marlo had to bring her mother there. The mother was messed up because she lost some teeth. I think the mother should, give Marlo some money back because that was just dead wrong. She showed up to that scene after Marlo tried to get her all the way together, and then she comes there talking about, I threw the teeth in the garbage or nonchalant. Girl, it was $5,000. Come on now. And then
Marlo didn't pay for that. Some man paid for that.
Well, if my man paid for it, listen, Marlo paid because she had to lay down with the man and not only get gifts for herself, but she got gifts for her mama. So either way, she paid, right? And then, and then her mom. I'm trying to have a me and you moment, and you want to bring your man in, your crackhead man? No, let him stay where he at because this got to be a me and you moment, right? And Shema Sheree, it happened. It happened. That's it. So, Juanita, what's your final words?
Well, number one, Mama talking about bringing her man in the picture. Now she was wrong for that.
The mother, right? The mother wanted to bring her man. The mother came to finally get her moment with what's her name, with Marlo, and she worried about bringing her man. I want to bring my man to meet you. No, I don't want to meet your man. This is about you and me.
And as far as Mama Joyce concerned, I'm still saying she wrong, and that's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it.
There you go, boo. Stick to your opinion, okay? That's your final word. Mama Joyce
my final word.
Dead wrong. I appreciate your final word, and you know I love it. Sebastian, what are your final words?
My final words on this whole situation is 14 years gone the drain. It was not worth the wait. That looked like a fashion show that was just done the day before, prepared the day before. So messy, so it was just disgusting. Mama Joyce is completely 100% correct. I'm not changing my mind on that situation. She is defending the interests of her grandchild. That's what she's doing. She's defending the interests of her grandchild, who she knows could be left lonely out in this world one day. That's what she's doing. And
left lonely, but go ahead.
And I hope Sheree one day comprehends and uses her mind to make an actual brand of her own and no longer copies and pastes, because that's what she did. And this was 14 years. She should have had a great. She should have been creating those joggers, those dresses, and everything. This was 14 years in the making. The amount of kids who've been born in 14 years is uncountable. So I give Sheree an F for effort, an F for efficiency, an F for everything. That's it.
Thank you. I appreciate it. MH, what are your final words?
My final words are that I'm glad that Mama Joyce turned up with a Mama Joyce wig. She was wrong as hell. Everything she said was wrong. However, one thing I do kind of agree with Kandi is that I wouldn't want what I work for to go to another woman and her family and a family that Todd creates with her. Like, that's the only petty thing that I agree with. But the rest of the kid stuff, I don't agree with. Sheba Sheree, I feel like she earned her seat next to Andy, but it was based on lies. I really don't believe in this this relationship with Tyrone, because her mom, like the reactions from the mom and the daughter doesn't tell me that you love this guy. It just doesn't say that. The fashion, I don't believe she's interested in fashion. I really don't. Remember, she was acting, she was doing other things, like while she was on the show. I don't believe this is her passion. So why are we forcing this lady to keep coming up with Sheba and Sheree when this is not what she wants to do?
We ain't forcing her, she's forcing herself.
Andy forced her. Andy was humiliating her at the beginning.
Andy helped her, baby.
Yeah.
Andy was helping her.
Yeah,
Every reunion, Andy was asking her, "Is this she by Sheree? Is this she by Sheree?" And she couldn't even produce a sock. I would at least say, Andy, no, but the socks are. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to help you.
The boy, right?
Let me tell you something. When you leave this earth, I marry who I marry, and I do with the money you left me. What I do with it, okay? You ain't gonna dictate my life after you gone. You're not gonna dictate my life after you gone. But hold on, Mims, not aside. Mims, what are your final words?
I'm tired, Diva. I'm tired. I rooted for Sheree season 1 when her house got foreclosed on. I rooted for her the next season when she rented that house she couldn't afford. I rooted for her the next season when she was in that apartment and her kids was on that air mattress and she was driving that Aston Martin. I rooted for her when she built Chateau Sheree. I rooted for her when she left Bob. I rooted for her when she got with Dr. Love. I rooted for her when she got with Prison Bay. I rooted for her when she was with Martell. I'm tired. I'm really tired. It's like she buys secondhand embarrassment at this point. From a business vantage point, there are things that you could do. If you knew that there was going to be an influx of people that were going to be viewing your website, you can pay somebody to ensure that the servers are up to par and can handle the load. She didn't even think to do that. What she did do was similar to what she did with Chateau Sheree. She built a massive edifice and could not afford anything on the inside. Everything was beautiful, although we need to reach out to that venue and see if she actually paid them. But the actual fashions weren't there. The fact that you had 8 hours before you got your clothes, before your fashion show is absolutely ridiculous, considering you took some garments from Walmart, added a star, and put Sheba Sheree on it. I'm tired.
Not Walmart.
It's sold out at Walmart. You can look it up.
Man, tell us how you really feel.
That's why. I think that's why Bob left her, because I really think she's an immoral, and Bob had left her because she was spending all the money and wasn't bringing nothing in like that. You know what I'm saying? She just want to be fabulous.
Yeah, you know what, babes. Now you got me thinking. We did support Sheree through a lot. I'm tired too. I need therapy now. We're over Sheree. We're over She by Sheree. It's a whole hot mess. Corey, what are your final words?
She by Sheree, anticlimactic. I'm tired too.
My love.
I still haven't changed my mind about Todd. Never will. Love you though, Diva. I think that all of the housewives shop at the same place or have the same stylist, because why does Diana and Kenya wear the same dress in the same season?
Oh gosh.
Food for thought.
I never thought that.
But Corey, I'm gonna let you finish. Hold on 1 second. Trent, see, you know what? You didn't have to do this. That is why Bob left her. He realized she had a mental illness.
I'm telling you, Trent.
I agree.
Don't do that, Trent. Don't do that. Go ahead, Corey.
I agree. Sheree has this disease called, I think I'm fabulous, more fabulous than I really am. I think I grew up with money, but I really didn't. And I must fake it until I make it, but I'm not really gonna make it.
Just drag it.
Hey, well, come on. She put herself in this mess. I was so happy when they said that she had finally did it. Finally come, full circle. We all know she don't have taste, but that's fine. Let her tell it. She has all the taste. But it happened. It was a flop. And Dwight and I don't know what he's been drinking. His skin looks good. He looks good.
Yes, he did.
Oh, yes, he did.
Oh, my word. He was fashioned down.
Yeah.
I said, yes, honey.
He looked better. He looked better now than he did
14 years ago.
Yeah. He looked really good. I like Dwight. And see, you know what? Really, if RHOA wants to come back, they need to get back to that original type of style. See, the Dwight was going to he gave us everything. He didn't really even say much, and he gave us a whole lot. He said, I'm about to leave. Okay? That's all he said. He was done. And I was like, there we go. That's what we need. We need that Dwight in our life. Yes. So, E, what are your final words? We got to get out of here. Did I come to you already?
No. So for me, when I was listening to everyone else's recap, I didn't even know that Marlo's mom said that. Typically when Marlo and Sonja are on the screen, I fast forward. But what I will say, have I changed my mind about Mama Joyce? Absolutely not. To those in the chat who are Team Todd, I am so sorry that you didn't have a strong grandmother in your life to defend you against your. Diva, I love you, but I'm so sorry you didn't have a strong. And I'm not talking about you, Diva. I'm talking about the ones in the chat. Listen, you have to have a strong grandmother to go to your mother and defend what's right. It's no guarantee that Riley will find a husband. Riley may suffer from self-esteem. She's already had plastic surgery at the age of 18. Fact of the matter is, we need to set Riley up for success. And like Gabor said, Todd doesn't take care of his own daughter financially.
I can't deal with you tonight because it's the 11th hour right now. I'm ignoring those comments, but I hear you. Todd doesn't take care of his own daughter. I can't deal with y'all right now. It's late. But thank you, E. I appreciate you, and I appreciate you coming through. Curves, what are your final words? And Mel, I see you. I'm gonna come to you, but go ahead, Curves.
I feel like Sheree's fashion show, it matched. There was things that matched about it. The fashions were uneventful, and the fashion show was uneventful. I mean, after years of waiting, everybody who said anything that was in a negative light about this is spot on. Because after 14 years, my 9-year-old could have done a better job with this. Okay, it would have been hot. Okay, everybody would have wanted some of his fashions because they would have been okay. She had a lot of time for her to get to 8 hours before, and really, so you needed 14 years and 8 hours, Sheree? Really? 14 years and 8 hours? Please. And you know Rowan would have came back. Rowan would let us know if she doesn't get paid. She'll be like, confetti, where's my money? Confetti. You know what I'm saying? So I can't wait to find out if she left a trail of unpaid bills. I mean, where she thinks she going? Mar-Lago? She not paying nobody, okay? She is just coming through with nothing original after 14 years. It's sad. It's a letdown. Tyrone was a letdown. Bob looks like this, you guys. Bob came in like this. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Bob, she looked like that when she met him.
That was his bad eye.
Looking like that again with the lady that he supposedly cheated on. That's messy on top of messy, on top of no fashions. Sheree, 14 years and 8 hours. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. But I am still team Mama Joyce. Keep your name out of my trust account. Just keep it over there. We're going to figure this out. I don't need your geriatric self deciding what to do with my coins within my family because you already had your family. You didn't leave nothing
That's
to
already
what I got to do to my family. And if it happens to be wrong, then oh well, I did it my way.
But look, wait a minute, Larger. You know, Kandi is a sucker for love, and she over there weak. She was about to marry AJ, and he had 6 kids without a prenup, and she was gonna have to. Mama Joyce know what she raised, and she know that she know what she raised, and she know she got to step in because she know Kandi will get this over.
What needs to happen in this case? Hey, there's enough room on right for everybody. Sure, Riley needs to get set up. Do it now, Kandi. Set her up right now before you die so that when you die, it's already taken care of. You will die knowing that you set your daughter up because everybody's right. Todd is this freaking stingy miser when it comes to coins, and he's not trying to have none for nothing except for what he's doing when he's doing things in New Jersey. Okay, so everybody about that, but I also feel like it's completely their right and only their decision within their marriage to decide this. Mama Joyce needs to have a seat like she needed to have a seat before and just go sit over there with Riley and hope that she does the right thing before she passes. And that's the end.
So you're saying only the people in the relationship should have a say in what goes on? What about Shamia?
Who's Shamia?
Who's Shamia?
You know they real close.
Oh
my God! We're gonna do that right now. We're gonna do it right now. Mel, what's your final word?
Well, Miss Diva, you know that Housewives of Atlanta is not my jam, but I will say these past 2 episodes are really funny. I liked, for me, the superstars of this night was Sheree's family for the reaction they had to Tyrone. That made me laugh. I also like the producers, the shady producers, because every time, so when they showed that Paulo's not a lawyer, we kind of knew that, but I like when they wrote it there on his little confession. So that made me laugh. I like when they showed that Sheree's fashions was all over the world. It was in Alaska, it was some other places. So, you know, when they did that last week. So it was just very funny. It was funny. The girls themselves are entertaining, but it was funny to me. It was all funny. The producers were funny. And and Rowan. Okay, Rowan, she's a superstar because she made a miracle happen. This woman was working on her fashions for 1,000 years. And I think the simple fact is that she made this miracle happen. She's a superstar. So I think that those are the B players. Those are B players. Those are not the divas. And those are people that made me laugh. I live for those people. They were very funny. And they did their own show. The producers, Rowan and Sheree's family.
Rowan, let me tell you something. She ain't had nothing to do with that fashion, but she put on the show.
She put on that show. Absolutely.
And she couldn't help what you was rolling down the runway, but she got you some models that you can afford. Okay. But like she said, you can't afford top models. She worked within the budget that she was given, so she got that chick some models. Okay. Why wasn't her own son in the fashion show though? Right? We got questions. We got questions. Apollo was in it, but your son, he's nice and tall. It wasn't like people was really walking that runway anyway. So why couldn't your son walk down that runway, right? And listen, when you're on a budget, you have your daughter walking the show too. That's what you got to do when you're on a budget. You got to call the cousin, your daughter, their friends, and be like, listen, I got a show going on. Walk this runway for me because my budget is a little short.
Diva,
now listen, guys. Yes,
Diva, I think that Sheree's son was in the fashion show because you couldn't afford him.
That part.
But she apparently though she couldn't afford anybody that was in the show, including the venue and everything that went down. But time will tell. Maybe the reunion we'll get some more information. Okay. But listen, guys, I love y'all. Thank you for being here.
I ain't go.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Give your final words. I'm sorry.
Okay. It's gonna be real quick.
Yes.
Marlo needs to go. Marlo done about everybody in her family on this show and dragged them.
Oh my God!
She didn't need to do that. She bought on the last episode. She dragged her mama. Her mama got up and said, "Wherever you was at, I came and got you." And her mama was trying to get past it. I think that Marlo is the breadwinner of the family, and she told them, "Y'all gonna get on this show in front of these cameras. I'm gonna do y'all how I want to. I'm gonna stop taking care of y'all." I feel like that's what Marlo did to her family. She did them wrong. Okay, with Kandi. Now, y'all didn't say nothing when Todd, if we're going to be right, we got to be right all the way around, Diva. Now, when they sat down, they said they was going to split up the trust. Todd, off top, said he thought that townhouse should go to Kayla. That's what he had before the marriage, and the townhouse should go to Kayla. So why shouldn't Kandi money before the marriage go to Riley? Just something to think about. Because, that's more than what they done made together. What Kandi had before she got in the marriage was more than what they made together. They didn't say let's split up the house between Riley and Kayla. They said it's gonna go straight to Kayla off top. So we got to make sure Riley set up right too with the stuff that was got before they got into the marriage.
You talking about the apartment, right?
The townhouse over there in New Jersey that he said going straight to Kayla. Riley ain't getting nothing. That's basically what I heard. And that ain't what y'all heard.
No,
he said on top. What I heard is what I got is going to Kayla. Now we're gonna split up your stuff, Kandi, but what I got is going to Kayla. That's the only way that you can take it. That's the only way you can take it. Okay. And we ain't gonna even talk about she by she. No. That's just over and dead with. Y'all don't drag her enough.
But they telling you to speak the facts, Gabor. Okay. I gotta go relook at that. I'm not quite sure. He just said that this townhouse is gonna go to Kayla. But if you saying so, I'm gonna stand by it. Yeah, y'all saying he did say that. All right, I'm gonna let that go. But let me ask you this, Gabor. So Kandi's gone, God forbid, he can't get remarried?
No.
Oh wow.
He can get remarried. This is the problem. He can get remarried, but make sure that all of those financial assets that accrued during the Kandi Burruss and Todd Tucker's marriage cannot go to the wife or any children of the wife. It must stay within the Kandi Burruss Tucker line.
You gonna go and live your dreams with a new woman with my money? Y'all keep on saying that all this money that Kandi and Todd made together, that was Kandi's money. Like Mama Joyce told her, girl, that's your money. See, Kandi like to tell us that she made it on her own and they did stuff together, but a couple of seasons later we found out it's a lie. She told Mama Joyce that her and Todd bought their house together. Now we heard Todd this season say, my name ain't on this house. You know what I'm saying? Todd ain't really putting in. She making it seem like they doing stuff together, but that's Kandi's money. So no, you ain't gonna go get married with my money. So you can kill me and go marry Shamil? No God.
Oh,
I'm just saying.
But we gotta end with this. I gotta say this. So here's the thing. If the roles were reversed, y'all would be feeling the same way.
What is Todd? Todd ain't got no money though.
No, I don't feel the same way.
There are several females that marry men that have money and we're cool with it. Why is Todd getting beat down?
I want to know that. Because
you're quiet.
He's not a provider.
I just want to make sure
that he does stuff behind the scenes. We don't see
that ain't enough.
But regardless if it's not enough, he does what needs to be done.
How about this though, Canelo?
What if he complains? He complains, Diva. It's because he complains. It's not like he plays his position. You knew that you married this woman that was worth millions. The minute that you got access to her money, you're like, okay, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this. Why are we spending your seeds? Let's go ahead and do this, but with your money. You then bought an 18-wheeler with Candy's money. You then bought a taco stand with Candy's money. What the OLG ladies know about tacos? Nothing, except how to eat them. So I don't think that Todd
is never going to give poor Todd a break. I'm convinced. Okay, Todd, I'm praying for you, Todd. But apparently, they all want to see you broke down, begging for bread on the corner. If Kandi ever leaves you, or something happens to Kandi, this is terrible.
I'm not seeing it, Diva. I'm not seeing it. All I'm saying is I want Ace and Blaze to be in Porsches when they turn 16, like Riley was. You know what I'm saying? I don't want him to go get married. Usually, because what happens is, if something happened to Todd, and he gonna leave with Kandi money, right? He gonna be a man. He gonna be the provider, and he gonna go get him a new woman, and she gonna be spending the money, telling him what's gonna happen and what's not gonna happen. And they'll be riding, and Ace and Blaze will be riding the bus like Kayla was. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we don't want.
And staying with Mama Joyce.
With Kandi, we're assuming that he's not going to go get another sugar mama. What if he goes and levels up again?
Well, you right. The girl said
Riley still be on the outside.
The girl says that he know how
to get that taken care of now.
Remember, the girl said he know how to find his way in a better situation. He got his way.
Oh my God!
I heard that. I did hear that.
Wait a minute.
I heard that.
Y'all didn't have to do this. Todd is worth $400K and Kandi is worth 30 to 35 million, according to online. Y'all just poor Todd.
How much of that 400? How much of the 400K is to what Kandi is giving them? Because you know they say that the wives get the men 10% of their salary for being on the show. Remember?
I'm sorry.
Nicole, as long as Todd makes her happy, it's all good. Thank you, Nicole.
Okay, I'm
is she really happy?
I'm done after this. You got to really think about it. He sits Kandi down and tells her, I don't want to do this. Candy's like, okay, you my backbone. I'm going to film this. Why? I got to go. When you coming back to take care of the kids? I want to go back to Miami. What housewife do you know that has a $30-40 million man is saying, you need to come get your kids? I don't want to go to the location with you. He's not playing his position, and we've all picked up on it. I'm with Gabor. Todd knows how to swerve. And find himself in better situations. We all saw Hollywood Divas. That was a flop. The OLG, I'll give it to him, but it wasn't like he had his own business idea and his own money to start it up, and Kandi was there to support. No, Kandi was there to support in the sense that she paid for it all. So I can have plenty of ideas if you tell me I have unlimited money to work with. And a show like Housewives of Atlanta to promote it. So if Kandi likes it, I love it. I'm here for it. I hope they stay together. I hope they have a long life together. But I would not trust Todd with my money at the end, because Todd would end up with a chick like Marlo a month after Kandi was gone.
So we gotta close out, guys, but let me just say this. So you don't trust them with your money, but you trust them with your body. Come on now. That just don't make sense to me.
I wouldn't have married
him.
I wouldn't have married him.
I wouldn't have married Todd.
But you know what they say about Kandi? You know they say everybody in Atlanta done jumped on top of Kandi. That's what they say. So I mean that ain't. No, I'm just saying that's the word. That's the word on the street about. Listen, that's the word on the street about Kandi in Atlanta. Everybody, man and woman, done jumped on top of.
I ain't heard that.
Well, Marlo, Canelo, you don't know what the noise. They say everybody in Atlanta done jumped on top of Kandi.
Sheree said it.
Every time they bring
she likes to have fun, but she's not.
But Diva, every time they bring a new man, on the show, Kandi done been with him. She was with Chuck. She was with. Oh yeah, every time they bring a new man on the show, Kandi done been with him. So I mean, come on now.
But Diva, guess what?
Listen. Okay, guys, here we go. I love you guys. I'll be back tomorrow night with Mary. I can't wait. I can't wait to see this reunion, because this reunion is going to be heated and hot. It is what it is. The road is split right now, but actually maybe it's more on Kandi's side than it is Todd. Some of us are team Kandi, some of us are team Todd. Y'all need to go rethink your thoughts on Miss Mama Joyce. Because I will stand 10 toes down. Mama Joyce is out of pocket and out of line. But we have to deal with that at another time. I love you guys. And listen, before I leave, because it's always great to have different opinions and for people to be added to the panel. And I just want to do a quick little shout out here because we have a lot of content creators in the building. And please go check out their content and their information. They're doing great things. Curves, exactly how you see her name. She has a channel. Curves, throw it in the chat. Okay, because I can't type and do stuff here, right? Mims, he has a channel. Just like his name is showing up there. Throw it in the chat, Mims. Go to his channel.
I don't
check
know. I
him
can't
out,
do it.
Okay.
Curse, can you throw mine in the chat?
Yeah, Canelo, throw it in the chat for me.
Right.
Canelo has his channel exactly how you see his name up there. You can go like, subscribe, and see his content. Okay. Gabor has a channel. We all know we love when Gabor comes in the building, talking his mess and his nonsense. Has the nerve to act as if Todd is not doing any contribution to this marriage. He's breaking my heart, but it is what it is. Okay.
He's spending the money.
Okay.
Let me put Gabor in the chat for
Corey
him too.
has a channel. Please go check her out. Their channel is Lola Lane. Okay, so go check them out. They're doing great stuff over there too. I think I got everybody that has a channel. Please check them out, guys. Listen, it's all love in the building. All right, love everybody. I love what everyone's doing. And Best IBK, thank you so much. Mama Joyce, thank you, Best IBK. Mama Joyce is out of pocket and out of line. I love it. Yes. Thank you so much. Good night, everybody. Love y'all.
Good night,
everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.